What is good, Greg Gang? We're out here today. We're going to be building sort of a homemade project that nobody asked for. It's not my fault, guys. Just nobody asked for it. But as y'all know, I do a lot of minnow trapping. And whenever I go, I usually use a trap that looks something like this. But in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can go out. You can build your very own minnow trap for basically $1. Because, well, $1 is the cheapest pop I could find. So first things first, you're going to start out with a 2-liter bottle. Now, it doesn't really matter how big it is or what shape, as long as it's a 2-liter bottle that looks exactly like this. But there is one exception. If it has a green tint to it, let's say you get a Mountain Dew bottle, that's okay. First thing you're going to do is you're going to start right here. See my knife? You're going to want to cut the bottle right here. That way you'll separate the body from the nose con. And you can do that with a number of things. Me, I have this fillet/assault knife. You can use scissors or honestly whatever you have that, you know, has a sharp blade. You're just going to cut the top off nice and even. Don't make it harder than it is. Just make it cut and don't hurt yourself. And be sure not to cut any fingers off, because if you cut off your finger, well, you're only gonna have 9 fingers left. And that's if you're lucky and you only cut off one. And boom, we done it. There we go. Separated the nose con from the body. And then what you're gonna do is, with this, you don't need it. It really doesn't serve a purpose for us. And then watch closely, guys. This is pretty, it's kind of hard to do sometimes. I just done it. You guys see that? It was probably the easiest thing I've done in a long time. But I did make a homemade minnow trap. This is like exactly a one-sided minnow trap. What's gonna happen is, here it is. It's gonna be down in the water. The fish, the minnows, are gonna swim through this hole. And then because they're pretty much stupid and their brain is that big, they're not gonna be smart enough to swim back out the hole. And that is how a minnow trap works. Taking advantage of their small brains to catch them and use them until, yeah. But that's not all. We're not done. What you need to do now is secure this inside of there, because if you don't, it can fall out like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk over here about 10 feet where I set the stapler down, and I'll be right back. And so me personally, I'm gonna use a stapler. I've done a few different ones. Stapling is by far the easiest. And now all you're gonna do is you're gonna set it up to where it's good, it's even, it's equal and everything. You're gonna come around the sides, staple it. Come around the side again, staple it. Come around the side again, staple it. Come around the side again. Can you guess what next? Because it's actually not staple it. Just kidding, it is. But now that you've stapled it in like 4 or 5 spots, that's not going anywhere. Now you're ready to drill some holes. And if you don't have a drill, that's okay, because I don't either. But I do have this attack knife, and I'm just gonna whittle out some holes. Now I'm not gonna stab through it or anything. I'm just gonna whittle it. Well, never mind. You're gonna try not to stab through it. You're gonna wanna try to whittle out some holes. You wanna make them about that size, to where they're big enough for water to go in, but they're not big enough for minnows to swim out. So make a few of those holes, probably a few on each side of it. You can go as intense as you want to into this. Probably the more holes the better, as long as they don't get too big. And now that you've got quite a few holes in there, you're gonna might want to make one more up here in the top. Now, up here on this side of it. Now, that's where you're gonna hang your knot to it. That way, whenever you throw this in the creek or in the pond, it doesn't float away, and you can actually retrieve it without having to jump in the creek, which I have had to do before. And then for the wire to retrieve it, you can use either some wire, like steel wire, or you can use just some bank line like this is right here. I've done got this one set up and everything. It's actually ready to go. The only thing that this needs is one, bait, which we're gonna use dog food, which is super cheap, super affordable, or you can use light bread, which is super cheap, super affordable. Minnows like a lot of things, and I'm gonna put a few rocks down in here to, you know, weigh the trap down to start with. So I'm just gonna look down around here. I'm standing in gravel, so it shouldn't be too hard. Find a couple of them that will go down in there, just like that right there. And then just a few more gravels, set them down in there, and that should be good. Now I'm gonna go get a few little nibbles of dog food, shove them down in this thing, and we're gonna head on down to the creek before it gets too dark. What we'll do is we'll check it in the morning. Oh, here we go, guys. We're down at the creek. I know it's a little bit dark, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. Here it is, guys, the final trap and everything. Got a few rocks in there with a few of my little pieces of dog food. And I'm just gonna come over here to the creek and try to throw it in the deepest part. Those gravels and the holes should soak up the water, which will make it sink in the place I want it to. If you don't put a few rocks in it, it tends to just, well, float on top of the water like that right there, like it is right now. But it's actually filling up with water, which is a good thing. You can't expect, I mean, it literally cost me $1. You can't expect it to be perfect. It's gonna do the little, you know, Titanic scene thing, turn up, belly up, fall back in. But after it does the Titanic thing, it should be a pretty good trap. Should work fairly good. And there it goes. Now it's falling on down right where it needs to be. And there we go, guys. We have a minnow trap. It is in there working. And guys, it's that simple for setting. Oh, I'm zoomed in. What we'll do is we'll give it overnight. That way we'll have the best chances possible. Come back, it'll be be 12 hours later. We should have a lot of minnows, I'll be honest. This is a pretty good spot. I have faith in the trap, no doubt. And hopefully that the homemade minnow trap video doesn't turn into a homemade minnow trap video gone wrong. Okay, Gray Gang, it is the next day. This trap's been in the water for about 12 hours exactly. And from what I can see, I'm pretty sure we have a few minnows in it for sure. Okay, yeah, we do definitely. Maybe even a crawdad, I'm not sure. But we definitely have about one or two. But before I go ahead and pull out this trap, I want you to go ahead, if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Man, that sun is bright, isn't it? Like, I can't even look at it. But here we go, guys. This is the, oh my gosh. What kind of thing is this? My trap has been like, it's stuck down there. Like the rope is under this big rock, so it's not gonna be easy to get out. No way. No way, my trap is stuck. Okay, never mind. We got it. I don't think we caught many. Wonder why, though. The trap tried to fall apart, guys. I don't know what happened. 3 out of the 4 staples broke loose. That's actually really weird. That's really weird. Now it just broke off. Yep, out of all that, we did get 1 minnow. I mean, at least that shows that it's possible. Tell you what, guys, we was going to go put these in the pool pond, but since we literally only caught 1 minnow, we're just going to throw him back in there. I mean, I guess I'm sorry for such a disappointing clean out, but I don't know. I don't know what happened just then. Okay, so, you know, test run number 1, it was pretty much awful. So I went back, I done a few modifications. So here is the Mountain Dew Mark II. We got a whole lot more holes in it, more rocks, more stuff like that. And then up here where I tied it a little bit different. Instead of tying it to the thing, I actually just stapled it to it. Hopefully it'll stand together a lot better. But I'm just gonna make my way right down there and toss it in, and you know, we'll be back in, I don't know, 9-6 hours this time. This is actually the Mark III. This is actually the Mark III minnow trap, because the Mark I, I actually came to throw it in here and it fell apart. So this is actually the Mark III. Now see how fast it works. See how fast it sinks with those rocks and the holes in it. It's actually, all right, it's doing the Titanic. It's sinking. So far so good. Now if it'll just keep sinking, we should be good to go.
There we go.
That done really good.
There's fish already around it.
The only thing I don't like about this is it stands up. And so there now, guys, I don't know if you can see it, but I got it to where it's laying laterally, side to side, instead of up and down. It took a little bit of wiggling, but after that, it looks really good, and I think we'll definitely have better chances than last time. So stay tuned, guys. It'll be, I don't know, we'll leave it in here till like the evening, and then we'll come back and check it, and hopefully we'll have about 1,000 pounds of tuna. Okay, it's been about, I don't know, we'll say 12 hours. Even though I think it's closer to like 11.5, but we're just gonna let that slide, okay? We have the minnow trap in here. I can still see some dog food in it, which means there's not so many that they eat it all. But just from having confidence from, you know, this spot, that kind of bait, it looks great, guys. I mean, it's laying laterally, it's doing everything right. If I don't catch them, I'll honestly be a little bit, you know, I'll be a little confused. It's just everything adds up. But now let's just see if we have the minnows to back it up. Oh my gosh, what is that? Oh. What was that? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That was scary. I thought a black bear was coming out of a tree. And we don't even have black bears in this part of the Kentucky. I literally thought a black bear was coming out of that tree to eat me. Turns out, it was just a branch. Because if it was a black bear, oh my gosh, what would I have done? Ran away? No. I'd probably just jumped on its back and conquered that thing. But I guess that just goes to show, if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one around to hear it, does it make a sound? Well, okay, I guess it doesn't answer that question, but let's just go ahead and pull up the minnow trap. Okay, here's what we got, boys. What we got? We got anything? I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. This is truly insane. I didn't catch nothing but a leaf in there. I'll be honest, guys. This is truly insane. This has blown my mind. How in the world have we set that 2 times and literally caught 1 minnow by accident, probably? And that honestly doesn't make any sense at all. Like, we had a good luck tree on everything. That truly puzzles me. Like, there's a few things, like, you know, I go to the lake 5 times and don't catch a fish. That doesn't puzzle me, okay? I understand. But what's happened today is in that minnow trap not catching any minnows except for 1. That's truly amazing. Like, against all odds. This pond is full of minnows. And I'll show you that soon, guys. Like, we're about to go on a stinking minnow trapping expedition to where we have to have our quota. But I mean, I guess you can't be too disappointed. This is an extra video. This is a bonus video. It's on a stinking Tuesday. You can't get mad at my bonus videos. That's why I post them on a non-scheduled day. That way you can't be disappointed whenever it doesn't work. I mean, it's getting to the point to where I was almost about to make a second channel, but then I realized nobody watches my normal channel, so who would watch a second one? You feel me, bro? You feel me? But guys, I mean, if I had to say anything, I would say that, guys, I'm telling you, you go out, you build this trap, it should work. Like, I 100% almost can't believe it. Am I in a dream? Okay, I'm not in a dream. This is crazy. But guys, I mean, I'm willing to put like $5 on it. If you go out there and you don't catch minnows in a trap like that, I will pay you $5. Except I'm not gonna pay you $5. I don't have $5. I'm broke. That's why I'm using a minnow trap that literally cost me $1. And that was the last $1 I had, guys. But anyways, guys, I don't know what to tell you. I'll see you later, I guess. Go to kendallgray1.com/shop if you want to buy an awesome looking pop socket like this. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed Kendall's video, please go hit the subscribe button, hit the like button too. And if you want some merch, go to kendallgray1.com/shop and pick up some merch. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
I legit just paid $1 for a 2-liter bottle.